present from our secret location between properties as I move. Anyway, yeah, tell me if you can guess where I am, by the way. That seems to be the competition for this week. But every World Tour Wednesday, we move away from our normal Japanese music fare and listen to the music of somewhere new, and today it has been New Zealand. Now, hoping that none of the videos that we upload get blocked, I think there should be at least 3 videos up today. And the one that I'm going to be checking out now is by, I've got to admit, usually on World Tour Wednesdays I'm listening to bands I've never heard before, but New Zealand. One of the main reasons I wanted to do this was because one of my favourite groups of all time is from their Flight of the Conchords. Now, Flight of the Conchords, just quickly to point out, are a group who, they're seen as very much a comedy group. They have had, they had their own TV show, which was like a sort of musical TV show, which was absolutely fantastic. They seem to be able to cover any genre of music beautifully. But essentially they are just 2 musicians, and they do most of their live shows just them sitting down with 2 acoustic guitars, occasionally picking up other instruments. Now, I know a lot of the time, because what they do is kind of parody, there is this feeling from some people they're a little bit nervous to call them an absolutely great band, because they feel like, oh, well, they're just kind of biting off other people's styles. But I would perhaps argue with that I mean, I can't remember who it was who said it. I think it might have been Damon Albarn, but there was this fantastic quote, which was that basically you can't really do anything new in music, really new anymore, because we're now at this stage where for a good sort of 20 or so years now, at very least, we've been able to produce any sound you want via a computer. We have we have amazing recording equipment available, and we also have the fact that, you know, there's only 12 notes available in the normal Western scale. There's a limitation on how much you can actually produce. So, you know, I think if doing something totally original is virtually out of there. So everything in a way is based off previous styles, and to be able to take a style and do something fantastically just your own with it, which is what I think Flight of the Conchords do, is brilliant. Anyway, enough of me waffling. We're going to move on to a song. I've never heard this one before, though after a quick check online, it seems to have quite a few views over the last 3 or 4 years at least, so I don't know how I missed it. It's a song called Father and Son. Now, like I say, most of the songs are comedy, so expect comedy, and this one isn't a totally original one. Now, our resident New Zealander, who has been linking me up with songs for this particular World Tour Wednesday, and by the way, if you want to give us any suggestions for this or any future World Tour Wednesdays, then all you have to do is go back to, either you can comment on this video, but you can go to, in our description below, there's links to our Reddit, our Discord, as well as our Facebook and Twitter. But the reason I wanted to mention this first was because he gave us a link to them performing a song on the Stephen Colbert Show, but I did find out very quickly that any attempt to upload anything from that show or any show is probably going to get you a copyright strike, so I instead found a very popular live recording of them doing this. Now, apologies by the way that the audio quality of the World Tour Wednesday this week is a little bit lower than normal because of the fact that, like I say, I'm kind of in between moving things at the moment, but as a result you're going to be hearing slightly lower than normal audio quality from this video as well, but I've been assured through the comments that I read that it's very clear. Now, one last thing before I get started on this, which is basically that usually during these reactions, you know, I sit down, I talk as it goes on, try not to talk too much, but I talk a little bit. Because this is essentially a comedy group, I'm not going to do virtually any talking, I think, during this, because I think it's really important to listen to every detail of what they're singing and saying. So I'm going to try and stay quiet for this. I might give a few comments, but we are looking at a video here that is about 8 minutes long, and I probably won't be saying too much. So enjoy this with me, and then afterwards we'll talk about it together.
This one is a duet between a father and son, and Jermaine will be playing the father.
Yeah, I'll be playing the father for this one.
And if you just use a process of elimination, you'll realise that I play the son.
Now, when we first started doing this song, a lot of people had a problem. I'm only a couple of years older than Brett, and people did the math, and
they were concerned.
They were concerned, and no,
it raised some alarming questions for them.
These aren't our actual relationships. We're playing father and son. We're not actually father and son.
And some audience members found it hard to believe. They said the song is unbelievable. They said it's incredible.
He's too young to have a son of that age, they would say. So we use technology to help us.
Visual effects to enhance the performance for this song, and I am transformed on the video screen into a younger version of myself. We've got a guy called John who's on visuals. It's
from the band, John. He does visuals as well. Now, this is how we appear now. If we could make Brett younger,
there we go.
John.
Look, watch this. I'm 40 and now 30, 20, 18, 17, 10.
Don't ask us how it's done, we don't know.
That's great.
It's a technology known as motion capture. Brett makes some motions and then it's captured.
Yep. I'm still able to move, and it's some of this. It's very similar to what they did in Lord of the Rings.
And actually, John worked on Lord of the Rings, and by worked on I mean he watched
them. Yeah.
He watched most of them.
He worked on them for over 10 hours. Okay. So.
Can we have a quite intimate lighting state, please, Pat? Because it's quite a touching song, this one. Are you going to play as well, Brett? Going to join in?
Yeah, come here. I'm about to join in. I'm just waiting so it has a really big impact. Hey Dad,
Yes, son.
I thought today was a lot of fun.
Hey, son.
Yes, Dad.
Today was the funnest day your dad ever had.
Building castles in the sand,
Just you and I.
driving around in the car,
I even let you drive.
eating dinner from a can.
Dad's yummy can supply.
Just a guy and his little gun.
It's very pretty, actually.
Son, I know it's hard to see your daddy cry, but it's been pretty rough since your mother died. But stay strong, stay tough, my little guy, 'cause we can be a family, just you and I.
You know very well that Mama didn't die. She just hooked up with another guy. His name's Trevor. Now they live together, and that's where you pick me up on Friday nights. Don't you wonder where I go?
You always go for a while.
Never ask me where I am.
Don't wanna cramp your style.
When I see you on
You
weekend,
always make me smile.
that's the smile of a little guy. Hey Dad, can I sit on your knee? Got questions about the world that are troubling me.
Well, tell me all those questions that you have for me. And tell me, does your mother still mention me?
When I grow up, what will I do? Will I be a fireman or work in the zoo?
You can do whatever you choose. The words that you feed, well, it's all up to you.
Just a boy and his son,
Just a dad and his kid,
hanging out together. I'd like to live on the moon, or maybe live on a star. Or will I be like you, Dad, and live in the car?
You can't live on a star, you'll be burnt to ash. And where you spend your nights is just a matter of cash.
Will I fall in love and will it be forever? Or will she leave me someday for someone like Trevor?
You just never know how love will end, but don't let her spend time with your handsome friend. Just a boy and a son, just a dad and his kid.
Hanging out together.
Since your mama passed away,
No, she didn't pass away.
I think about your lonely little heart every single day.
Oh, she's living in our old
But it
place.
doesn't need to feel so bad,
I'm not sad because it's still got time. And another even cooler dad.
Since your mama ran away,
Oh, she wished she did it years
think
ago.
about your lonely little heart every single day.
Papa, she calls you on that phone.
You don't need to feel so sad.
I'm not sad because I've got to die.
the world that a juggler made. No, son, you can't sit on my name. You're too big now. You're 33. You'll always be my little guy. But she's 33.
Return me to my former. That's great. Thank you.
Incredible. Now we have a really special.
Okay. Wow. I think that one kind of speaks for itself. That was less pun-ridden than a lot of their songs before. And I really, one of the things I really love about a lot of their other comedy music is it's very, sort of fast hitting. Every time you think there's going to be a breather, every time there's a space between a note, they just throw in jokes in places you don't expect. This was actually another. They had little examples of this where you think, oh, it's just a space between notes, and then they throw a joke in there. So, beautifully, cleverly crafted, much more delicate and slow than a lot of their songs I heard before. But of course, these ones, they're not having to cram them into a TV show. Actually, I was never aware with their normal stuff, because I know they were doing a lot of music before a television show, and a lot of the songs preceded the show, but I don't know if all of the songs did, or whether some of the songs were written specifically for the show. But this feels a lot more like you can sense they have time on their hands to really build the joke over a long period. And beautifully written as always, beautifully played as always, very delicate, like I say, much more simple, not as production heavy as some of their other more parody stuff. I just really love that, and I think it exemplifies what they do. They're fantastic, really enjoyable. I hope you guys like this as well. There's not much I can really say beyond what you've seen. It's just really good stuff, and I really hope there's going to be more of Flight of the Conchords. I hope they keep on recording music. I hope they keep on doing new things. I know they've been a bit off and on. Their careers have gone in different directions, especially Jermaine, who was playing the father. He's had quite a few things. I mean, he's done everything from obviously Flight of the Conchords to he was the bad guy in Men in Black 3, wasn't he? He has been everywhere. So this is a band. They kind of get around and have quite a lot of things going on from time to time. But I really hope they keep on doing this, and I thought that was really lovely. So anyway, as always, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Feel free to tell me what you think as well. Do you want to hear more? Like I say, this is World Tour Wednesday from New Zealand today, but it's not to say we'll never come back to anything again. If you guys want to hear more from a certain artist, just let us know and we'll go back to it and we'll check it out. But I must say that certainly I'm really glad. One of the reasons I was really glad we did New Zealand is so we could check out this particular band, because I do think they're just exemplary. They stand out so much from so many other groups. And comedy groups as a general don't get taken as seriously as they should do. They are truly brilliant at what they do. I mean, a good example actually is Weird Al. I mean, Weird Al, he does straight parodies, but a lot of the time he does his own songs as well, which you don't really hear because they're usually like album tracks. And interesting enough, if you listen to him and his band, they are fantastically talented. So, a lot of the time you get artists like that who is not taken as seriously because they're just seen as being a bit of a joke. But these guys, luckily, because their songs are pretty much all original, even if they have a parody element to them, and because they really put their musical talent front and centre, like you see this when they do the live shows, I hope people keep on taking them seriously, and I hope their career continues for a long time, and I hope we hear a lot more of this sort of stuff from them. As long as they got stuff to do, hopefully we'll keep on hearing it. Anyway, for now, from my secret location, tell me if you know where I am. I'm not in Japan right now, though. I will be back soon. But for now, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully we'll see you soon, either here in the comments or on any of our social media platforms, as linked down below. Ciao, ciao for now.